We're back in the order sector. So in the other version of Inkopolis Square, the one that's a little more desolate. So, let's start off by not talking to you, by thinking of the weapon. What weapon do we want? So, I think to celebrate the launch of Fresh Season and getting a brand new Brella weapon, because we already did the dually kit, so that's done. I think I'm going to play with the Splat Brella for this. So that way, get another one of these weapons knocked out. So it makes the most sense. In terms of upgrades, don't know if I want to do anything because the question is, what here do I want to upgrade that I haven't upgraded already? And I think if anything, maybe put a little bit more into the drone. So if anything, I'll just get drone stuff and just go in with that. Because I also need the chips. I haven't gotten these ones yet. And the only way to get them is to buy them. So now they'll at least be in the rotation. I'm going to save the rest of my pearls because I feel okay enough with what I have. At least in upgrades. Alright, here we go. And hey, welcome back, Ethan. That was food. Alright, we're just jumping right in. No dialogue, huh? Alright, so mobile, rush. I don't know how well that works with the Brella shield. That's the only thing. That'd be interesting. Sound wave with a bonus immediately is kind of interesting. Honestly, none of these are really great. Oh man, this is a weird one. I don't know if I want to reroll on floor 1. You know what else you can do? Reset the game. I'm gonna take one of them. I'm just gonna go with mobile special charge. That's the only one I think that actually is gonna work. And rerolling right now is stupid. I would literally just reset the run at that point. There's no reason to roll that early. Oh, you just finished downloading Rebirth. Interesting. So, I'm not sure you're gonna pick that up now or not. It's since you were playing the OG Final Fantasy 7. But yeah, that did technically come out like today, I think, right? Was it today? Yeah, I think it's today. So after another like 4 years, we've gotten the second remake part. And I don't know how many more parts we have left. I would think 3 in total, but I don't know. I don't think they've really said at this point. Really, 2 discs when I'm done with the mission? That is just such a waste. Oh, you got it from the twin pack in October. Yeah, that's probably a good way of getting it, because I think at that time it's supposed to be much cheaper. That's really good. Or I think I'm gonna do firing speed because Brellas are pretty slow, and this is gonna make things so much better. I can never do this normally with a Brella. Like, there's no way to speed up its firing rate. I get tomorrow. I mean, I'm hoping that after a year, that'll come to PC. Because that's what happened with the PS5 release. It did take like a year before that version was out for it to get like a PC port. That's how I'll play it. Because I actually do own Remake on PC now. And that version is the one I'll play for like the newer content. But there's no I'm seeing the new content for a while. I haven't even played Remake yet. So it doesn't matter. It can take its time to get ported to something I run on PS5 for all I care for that reason. It's just gonna take a while. Like, I heard Remake 1 is hours upon hours anyways. Ink size. Ooh, that's pretty good. I think I'm good with that, because everything else is about the drone, but we don't have those things with the drone yet, so why put things into a drone that won't work? It just doesn't work out. Yeah, seriously, wow. I'm glad for our first run, I did not buy the Weaken Enemy pack, because that is making these early floors trivial right now, and I did not want an easy time for my first playthrough. I want to see what the game's initial difficulty feels like. And to get all these enemies weakened this fast, this early on, would have been too busted. So I'm glad I was able to beat our first run Tuesday without any major enemy hacks. Because I like the idea of the hacks. But at the same time, it does make this game easier upon easier every time you play. So I do feel like on a first playthrough, it's going to be your hardest. And then after a while, this is not that bad. But if you want that challenge, you can upgrade. Or at least for the beginning, because now that we have that hack, that just basically means like, oh, you don't use like any of your hacks now. That's the challenge mode. I keep on forgetting that counts as moving. Like, I'm not walking, but flying counts as walking. Just so weird. I need to throw this, and I also have to walk. Hey, does sub-strafing count? No, it doesn't. I cannot believe that doesn't count as walking. But flying does. Squid rolls don't count either. Okay, that's why. Where is the final? There it is. I was like, where's the final dude? I don't want to move anymore. 98's not much for bonus, but I want to keep it. Lower floors easy, higher floors get tougher. In one of the Fire Emblems, Sacred Stone. Okay, I mean, yeah, I feel like not just roguelikes had that problem. Yeah, it's like a lot of games that have like some kind of progression system. It does feel like the more you get into the game, the easier it gets, because you're not only learning more, but you're more decked out. Like the beginning of any of these like dungeon crawling or roguelike style things is usually the hardest because you have next to nothing. I remember my times of playing a lot of Binding of Isaac. That was the big problem I always had. Is like, if my runs died, it was either in the very beginning or near the very end. It was rare for them to die like level 2 or 3. Because by that point, I was already decking myself out with so many upgrades that I already had a lot of stuff for safety. So it was really hard for me to die in like these middle points. At least that's what I noticed when I was playing that game a lot. Like I played a lot of that like for a couple months before, I would say. Like, it's a fun game. I think after a while it just got a little repetitive, which is the problem with roguelikes. After a while, you've kind of seen it all, and you just kind of want to move on. Even though I never beat that game, that's saying a lot. I feel like it's all a lot of the same content over and over, so I kind of just wanted to move on. I've not bought any of like DLC though, so I know stuff I could see still in that game. Okay, I can't kill him from here, so I'm just gonna do this. I'll paint zone too. Yeah, it'll be fine. Just gonna walk away. Let's roguelike you play is Mystery Dungeon from Pokemon. Level reset to 1, you start with no items, just basics. I guess that can be like a roguelike for that reason, yeah. Oh yeah, the gelatin field guide thing. Yeah, thanks, I already know about that, because we've gotten some interesting things already from it. Come the world's first experts in gelatinology. Jeez, that's a mouthful. Do we want that? I ain't in this for tenure or nothing, but it could be worth our while to keep adding notes. It does tell you things about certain enemies and bosses, to be fair. Ooh, another main firing, but no launch Brella? Holy crap. This is undercover Brella on the normal one. Let's go, we got the glitch back. Fun fact, the undercover weapon class for Brella, that was created from a glitch. And this was the glitch. The Brella would just stay out like this. When you launched your shield, it didn't get launched. And that glitch essentially inspired a whole weapon class. So that's interesting. We just gave ourselves undercover, which honestly is kind of like a mixed bag. Now, looking at it here for this, because now I can't rush the shield forward. So I actually lost an ability. Like, there's no way to launch this, and I can't take chips off. So I did technically downgrade myself, I think. But this is fine. This might actually be better in the long run. Plus, I do want to collect every chip. And this is a chip we haven't seen because we haven't played the weapon. So I need this. Well, Sprinkler's useless with this pseudo tower thing. Alright, so we can do a lucky chain, a drone gauge. They're both kind of useful. I think I might just want to go right the vending machine. It's kind of early for it, but we might get a better special for it. I think the sub might be okay. It kind of depends. I don't know. We'll see what we get here. Spot bomb and wave breaker. Now I can upgrade the killer whale. I do feel like I wanted to try using sprinkler in this, because it could be useful for like hordes of enemies and splat zones. Oh, as weird as it is, I don't want to get rid of it. I'm gonna reroll. Swim speed up and mines. Well, I just said I'm gonna keep the one thing, so why would I immediately get rid of it? So swim speed it is. Can't special charge and drone sprinkler. Well, I guess we're doubling down on that sprinkler. Dude, it's weird. I keep on wanting to press the button every time to shoot, but there's no point now with this upgrade. Because I just keep the shield out now. I'm not used to this. Why'd I pick that up? That was a waste. I literally can't use it with the special being active. Why'd I pick it up? Yeah, that's a great use for sprinkler. The only problem is the degradation of it after a while, so I gotta plant it once in a while back on the wall. Get it back to full speed. Ink strike, ooh yeah, good timing. As much as I want the max lucky chain to go up, I think this is way more important. We bought this last time for a reason. And we're coming up to the first boss here soon. Which actually I learned something about that because of some videos that I saw in my recommendations. Just put that there. How large is the tower? It is 30 floors in total. 30 floors is what you need to get up to for your runs to be completed. And you can technically continue where you're left off if you quit, so you don't have to do it all in one go. And if you fail, the currency you can use for upgrading your hacks, the pearls, you get those for completing a run, even if you don't win it. And you can use those said pearls to continue your run if you fail it. It just costs a lot of pearls depending on how far you get. The further you get, the more expensive it gets to continue from where you left off. It's honestly a situation you might just be better, at least when you're first starting out, you might just be better just constantly restarting runs instead of using the continue functionality from Arena. which is funny to say because there's two different continues. There's the continue you buy as a hack, and that works off the membucks, a different currency. It's only in the runs. A little confusing. Start playing, you kind of get which one's which. Dude, a little bit more. There you go. Does the ink storm do anything to this guy? Find out. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Like, honestly, you shouldn't have expected any more than nothing. Gotta get this thing down to my floor. That's actually safer. That's kind of funny. I think it'd be safer to be under the guy, because that's normally not the case. You know what? I'm gonna have to make this easier. So here's the thing. This was not the run to show it, because I don't have a good range weapon. But you only have to attack the lights. The light sections here are the only part of this boss that actually hurt it. Because you defeat the section with lights, the thing just dies. But with a weapon with no range, there's no way of doing that. I have to attack each one of these pegs one at a time. So when we get to play this through with Tri-Stringer, then we'll be able to just like kill this boss pretty fast. Because Tri-Stringer is like the one weapon we have right now at range. But once we use that weapon, we'll be able to demonstrate that little trick. Reminds me of an old Star Wars boss. I mean, I guess I can see it because it's very futuristic looking. Kind of looks like something you might see out of like a Star Wars movie or game. That was incredible, 8. Always knew you were good, but not this good. Oh, you finally noticed? 8 is incredible! And Pearl is incredibly, incredibly incredible! Isn't that right, Act? Yeah. Absolutely. Gee, I wonder if someone has a crush on the other. Gee, I wonder. I don't know if I want to go right at the vending machine right now, because I don't have that much membucks. I'm going to go with this, actually. It's also a bonus, so I'll get more membucks out of it. And that's going to be helpful to have. We have a guaranteed vending machine coming up soon anyways. So I'll have another chance. Ooh, color chip. Supports. Well, I'm never going to run out of ink, I guess. You know what those mean. My ink tank is always full. Come here, sir. Now where's the last one? There it is. They even need the storm. Oh, you think it's like the clone style boss from Clone Wars? Okay. That makes sense. It looks like something they can maybe have out of like a Clone Wars style game, I guess. I think the only Star Wars games I've really played myself were like Battlefront 2 on PS2 and the newer version of Battlefront, like the 2015 one. I played the beta of that before it came out. And then the Star Wars game in NES, the one that's super hard. That's the one I owned as a kid. And Force Unleashed, that's it. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, so by extension, I've played that many games. I think it was like another Star Wars game I played, because I remember some like 3D-esque Star Wars game around like, I think like N64, or maybe GameCube, can't say. But I literally can't remember anything about it besides it's 3D, and that does not narrow it down. But I did play as like a character with a lightsaber. That's it. That's literally all I remember, and it's something I played when I was like 8, maybe. Now, kind of talk about Star Wars, because now we're, we've done these runs before, so now anytime I play these different runs of Side Order, because we're trying to go for that 1000%, we always talk about whatever. I'm kind of glad I'm not the only one now agreeing that we've kind of overdone Star Wars. It seems like the general consensus, it's the same with Marvel, so it's like everything I think of now, it's like apparently it's popular opinion, not controversial anymore. But we have kind of overdid these series. And now we're all sick of them. This is the problem when you have too much of, whoa, God. That was close. This is the problem when you have too much of one thing. You overexpose people, and then the fatigue happens, so Disney definitely loves doing that with their IPs. Because Star Wars, they pretty much, like after the 2015 film, like people, from what I understand, not only got fatigue, but they also just didn't care for those films after like Force Awakens. Like I always have understood like the general consensus, like each new Star Wars film, less liked each time. And now, ever since Endgame, people have been saying the same with Marvel. Marvel has had the same problem. It has been overexposed, and at this point, now the Marvel fatigue is hit hard. I have not seen a new Marvel thing since Endgame, because I kind of felt like, dude, I had to do so much homework just to get here. I'm done. And I haven't seen anything since. I think, no, technically, I think I've seen like one other thing of Marvel since. I can't even remember what it is. There. I would have to look at what they've made the past, like, 5 years to really see, because I've jumped off that ship fast. If anything, maybe it's like I've seen pieces of, like, new Ant-Man, that's it, on, like, TV. Force Awakens felt more like New Hope. I've heard a lot of people say that kind of stuff too, where these films kind of don't feel that original in some ways, kind of feel like maybe either trying to be retellings or just like they're following very similar story beats, so people just kind of tune down after a while. Like, I've heard a lot of mixed things about the films going 2015 onwards, just because it's like, it was cool it came back and then immediately kind of petered out. That's what I've understood in terms of, like, at least general reception. Like, people still enjoy the films to a degree, but not as much as the old films. That is why I've understood general consensus-wise. Yeah, this is definitely a level I need the range up. Holy crap. Can I make this? Okay, barely. Okay, I almost got a freebie. There it is. I couldn't see it in that mess. And seeing more movies, Guardian Galaxies 3. Yeah, but wasn't that last year though? Like, Guardian Galaxy wasn't that long ago. To be fair, I heard that's one of their best things they put out in the past couple years. That has been like a solid film in people's eyes. Well, no complaints there from what I see, and that's good. I know like a lot of these films, like they haven't bombed per se by Marvel, but the general reviews have been like tanking, both in terms of critics and the fans. So that has not helped things, but they're still selling real well at the box office, so it does not matter. Like they could be reviewing worse, and they're still some of the most popular movies each year. Which is saying a lot. When there's a new one, every like 2 to 3 months. That's what I don't like about these movies, and they're all interconnected with shows on top of it. It's just, there's just too much. There's literally too much homework to ask on the consumer. I don't want to have to watch this much content just to understand one film or one show. It just, that's why I tapped out after Endgame. I thought it was just too much to keep up with. I have a hard time keeping up with one show. What makes you think I'm going to keep up with like 6 different movies and then like 3 shows? On a streaming service I don't even like have. It's like, well, now buy the streaming service. Like, great, now I'm spending more money to watch more things, to spend more money to watch more things. It's like, I don't like their model with the Marvel stuff. It's really stupid. It's just way too much interconnectivity. And everything needs to have a cinematic universe nowadays, because they're not the only ones doing it, but they pioneered it. Well, at least though, from what I hear, other cinematic universes aren't as bad. Like, there's not nearly as many interconnected things. Just like some stuff here and there you have to watch. Like DC's doing their own interconnected universe now with movies, but there's not nearly as many to keep track of. It's like once every few months, if that. I'm doing Red Speed Up because that's huge for Brella. This is really good for movement. Superhero fatigue is really real. Yeah, that's true. Superheroes in general, like no matter Marvel, DC, I think just in general people are really feeling that fatigue. It's been overdone at this point, and now people just want something new. So in some fashion, that's how we get the anti-hero stuff, and that's kind of the same problem. It's not that different. Or he needs to take a chill pill. Yeah, that's true. I mean, everyone's been complaining about the Pokemon Company for having to force out so much Pokemon content, which burns out a company like Game Freak. And it sounds like we're not getting new Pokemon at all this year. If that's true, thank God. Please stop. We can't keep on doing this. Pokemon Legends ZA coming out next year, it was like one of the best announcements from that Pokemon Showcase Tuesday, just simply because it's not coming this year. So we're finally not rushing a mainline game. Thank you. Like, we need to slow down on stuff. Movies, games, shows, you name it. Things are rushed out anymore, and it's getting ridiculous. Things need to just come out in, like, spurs. They can't come out, like, every year or something. It's way too much to just not only on the consumer, but it's also too much on the franchise and the people putting it together. It always ends poorly after a while, and companies have got to realize that. It's surprising we're not even getting spin-offs too, which is something that we always even get from that company. Like, spin-offs aren't that hard for the Pokemon Company to really put together from what I know, is with how many spin-offs we get in between mainline games. Like, it seems like those aren't as bad to develop, so they put them out more often. So to see we're not even getting that or any more DLC for pre-existing games is very surprising. Like, this year is just going to be like a coaster. I do feel like, in general, this year, gaming is pretty much just on, like, cruise control. Because there's not that many things really announced for 2024 that is coming out. Like, we got a lot of stuff announced, but a lot of it's, like, next year. And honestly, I think we're all at that point where we kind of want things to slow down anyways. Everyone has been kind of just saying, we're fine to have, like, an off year just to catch up on backlogs, but at the same time, give these games the time they need to actually develop and be good. Like, we don't need a new game every month. We can get away with that. Trust me, I'm someone who's a Wii U owner. I experienced droughts. Like, almost 3 years of droughts. So, I know how patience works at this point. I can wait for things. I got plenty of other stuff to play. I'm fine. Plus, that's good, because this year's already kind of been a financial struggle for me, personally. I'm not going into too much detail, but people already know, at least I've already had to replace a lot of technology, or need to in general, because it's like a lot of it I can't do at the moment. It's just way too pricey. Things are only going up. So, it's like, I'm good for like a chill year. Especially even knowing that new hardware could come out next year. That's good, because I need time to save. Like, since my laptop died, I've actually debated, do I want a laptop again, or just like something like a Steam Deck, just to, you know, play stuff on the go? And the answer would be that, if I didn't do like this YouTube, Twitch stuff. Because that would actually make more sense. It's more lightweight, better battery. The better form factor makes it easier to transport and just play stuff compared to a laptop, and better on heat dispersal. But it's just I can't use it to record or stream. And I've done a lot of like mobile stuff over the years too, so it kind of is like a necessity. If I gotta do an on-site location stream now, I'm taking my other tower with me, and that's not ideal. It's funny, and then you start to do it and you start crying. It's like, man, how many hard drives does I have in there? Oh crap, this is gonna kill my back tomorrow. But also one of those things, the Steam Deck is way more financially sound. So if you don't need a laptop for like work purposes, like how I do, just get like a Steam Deck if you're gonna do like portable gaming for computer stuff. Like, it just way more sense. And it still seems like Steam Deck's the best one to go with. The Steam Deck alternatives are still like too expensive for what they're worth, while at the same time also like they do have performance buffs, but I also hear they have a lot of technical problems too. Like some of them just get way too hot. I hear they're just uncomfortable. People talk about game market crash. I mean, I don't know if it'd be a full-on crash too, especially now all these massive layoffs, people are getting worried. I mean, we had another one this week. Like, I literally was talking on Tuesday about the major layoffs at Sony. Over 900 people. It's like 8% of their workforce. I thought that was bad. And then EA comes in and says, order beer, because we're running out of people to hold it, because we're letting go like 670 people. Like, what is going on? This year has been nothing but just let goes, layoffs, restructuring. We got at least good news today with Toys for Bob being independent now. Like, I'm glad to hear that studio was able to pick up after the Activision Blizzard layoffs back in January and just go independent. Like, I didn't think that would happen. I thought they would just get the chokehold from Activision Blizzard being part of Microsoft now. I thought they just would not be able to escape it right now. They wouldn't be able to afford to. And yet here we are. It's like, okay, well, that actually kind of works. Hopefully that means, you know, good things for that studio going forward. Being independent, I know, is a scary thing coming out of being a AAA studio-owned studio. So, you know, I wish them the best for that reason. That Inkstorm is doing nothing down here. It's being covered up by the top platform. That is kind of stupid. But it's like, we have nothing but bad news this year because of all the layoffs. It's been a really bad year for gaming studios in general. Like, no one's been good on job security. It's sad. Baldur's Gate devs are telling people to send in applications. That's good to hear. Baldur's Gate 3 did so well that, you know, the devs being able to offer out more jobs to people, I think is a really good thing for the scene. Like, that's them trying to, you know, pay it forward at that point. Help out more developers that need the help. I like that. Because when I seen Baldur's Gate, not for me. Looks like a very solid game. Just not my cup of tea. And I'm glad to see it's as successful as it is, and, you know, the studio can help out other devs too. But this boss is gonna take a while, so I'm gonna get on a soapbox. Can we just, though, as a community, not point fingers at people, though? I have no idea why people have to be this way. I really don't. But you know how I learned about the EA layoffs? Because Jeff Keighley was trending yesterday on social media. It's like, but why are we talking about Keighley? This has nothing to do with him. Wanna know why? We're trying to make him public enemy number one because not talk about the layoff thing. That's called business. Like, I'm sorry, guys, but that is stupid. Don't put a guy on the trending tab because you want a martyr. That's literally what people are doing. They want someone to blame, and they're blaming someone that has nothing to do with the scene. You know why he hasn't talked about the layoff stuff yet? Because it'd be bad for his business model. He's a businessman at the end of the day. He says he's, you know, this or that, but no, he's really technically in it as a business. People have to understand that. Being the face of something doesn't always mean you're going to be, you know, the best word for something. But don't make him, like, the face of, like, your villain arc. If he has nothing to do with it, just leave it out. That's unnecessary stress to put on a human being. Like, it just doesn't make any sense in my eyes. I agree, he says some stuff that I don't agree with, but at the same time, he's a whatever thing to me. I just don't think about it. And for whatever reason, people have to think about that during layoffs, which is kind of stupid. He's not going to say anything about it because it would look bad for his business. Like, he's friends with all the big name companies. And that's, you know, also like investors being part of these companies too. They're not going to talk about this kind of thing because that would be bad for them. I think the scene in general needs to just do better. That's the problem. As of right now, they're having a problem keeping people on because they either overhired from years ago or just with these systems not selling nearly as well this generation, they're just not getting as much profit with how expensive games are getting. Studios have just got to do better. Like, these big AAA companies, they just have to do better by their people. And they're not. 100% not. Poison ain't good. I kind of need that right now, because that'd be really good for these later floors. Shouldn't have set a precedent for calling out Konami. That I feel like that's a whole other argument too, yeah. Like, that was how many years ago at this point too? Like, that was back in 2015 when all that was happening. And yeah, definitely not a good idea. That was one I think he just kind of went over people's heads. I don't think that's something that his, like, shareholders probably agreed with him to do. He probably just did that on his own. I wouldn't be surprised. And that is, yeah, like, why. You don't call out businesses. Unless they're doing something, like, really shady to a point where it's borderline illegal. Doing that kind of complicates things for you, too. And then also there's this, you know, future side. You call out a company and you don't do that again later on, it makes you look real bad. And then people look at that as more of a hypocritical thing and not necessarily good for the industry. So that is one of those situations where he definitely didn't think before he did that. I think he just wanted to call out something because one of his, like, favorite developers was getting roasted by that company at that point, and he didn't care for it. Which, he put his personal bias into that announcement at that point. And you can't do that in a business. You have to try to stay neutral. That is kind of a problem if you don't stay neutral. But yeah, that is kind of a reason. Like, he wants to call out a company once and then he'll never do it again. And the one time people want him to do it with all these companies having problems, I can see why people get upset. I don't agree with making him a martyr because that might be a little excessive, though. But at the same time, I understand why people are doing this. I also don't want to change up my sub and special. I'm going to go this run without changing things. I'm just going to focus on the other factors here. I'm going to just upgrade palettes. Yeah, quote-unquote at that time, Kojima's being held captive by Konami, and he didn't care for that. That's why Keighley called it out, which I understand, but at the same time, it's like, if you're not going to do that years later, this is why people call you a hypocrite. So you have to be really careful about your call-outs. And that backfired. He let his emotions get the best of him on that situation, and now it's starting to blow up in his face years later. Which is funny. You would never predict that happening. But it happened. So, here we are. This is why you don't want a quote-unquote face of something. Because one person being the face of an industry is a bad thing. You want a group. You want multiple people to be kind of like a face of something. And that's kind of the problem, because I don't know how we do that at this point. You'd have to make some kind of like a corporation at that point to actually have like a group of people be a face of something, and that is more risky than probably having one person be a face of something. I don't know. It just feels like we need more things than just like one Game Awards kind of setup or one Summer Games Fest, like one person leading the whole thing, like game announcements and celebration of games, quote unquote. I feel like we just need more than just that one person. We need more people doing the same, which I know is difficult because financially speaking, running those events costs hundreds of thousands of dollars, so good luck. But that would help more than just having one face. Multiple faces is always nice. Because then that one person's an idiot, go to the other one that's not stupid. It helps out a lot. Dude, this is like... I don't know. This is my best one. I can't really re-roll because I'm getting low. Yeah, outrage culture in general. I think it's just... It's more of like the herd mentality than anything else. Like, it's not just people being outraged on things, it's herd mentality. Because when someone says this, everyone else has to agree. And that's not great. And that's how we had a lot of, like, very tiring, like, social media interactions, or a lot of people already getting canceled. Because there was a lot of people getting canceled in January. And a lot of them were definitely justified, I would say. But I think the means to get there were probably just too much. But yeah, I know, like, Nintendo has their own, like, faces, quote-unquote, and they still are faces, I would say, of Nintendo News, because I can't remember their full names, like, what? I want to say Chris and Carly, but I don't think the name of the other one's Carly. It's like Chris and Kat, I think? I know, like, those two, like, in question. I can't remember the names off the top of my head. I apologize. But it's because I've just been gone with Nintendo for so long. But I know they still do their own thing. And, like, they podcast all the time still. And they're still talking about Nintendo stuff, like, all the time. So in some ways, they are still kind of like a face of Nintendo news. Even though they're, like, unofficially the face of it now, I would say. Okay, Chris and Kat. Man, I was getting close. When I thought the second thing, but no. Yeah, it was still a little off. Thank you for that correction. Again, it's been many years, but in a way, I do think they're still kind of considered like the unofficial face for Nintendo media, just because of how well people knew them for that stuff, and they still technically do Nintendo coverage with like their podcast. I think these guys glow, because it's the only way I can see them. Awesome armor, that's okay. Wow, the Inkstorm actually finished him off. See, it's like, this is why I want to try just using this kit. This is the Brella kit from Splatoon 2, and this was actually a really good kit. It actually did a lot for the weapons weaknesses. And another vending machine, but I don't know if I want to stop there. This is probably my last chance, but I don't have many mem bucks. I'm gonna go at main distance, because at this point, I'm probably just better going for the pallets. Oh, it's Kat and Krista, okay. Or Kit and Krista, sorry. Because I know it's like, two of them had like K names, that's why it's easy enough to remember it, but at the same time, it's like, it's been a few years, and I don't remember them fully. So when you say one thing, I'm like, yeah, that's right. Even though it's wrong. Dude, that Sprinkler's putting in work. Holy crap. Sprinkler is actually really good for this. I wouldn't think it'd be this strong, but it is. Wait, that's enough. Oh, can I get to the second disc? Nope, I can't. Never mind. I'll say, that would have been enough for me to pause these portals, but I can't even get to the discs. I'm better off just taking them out. There we go. Yeah, see, just better taking them out. Nintendo Minutes never a minute. Fair. That's like a certain series I would watch once in a while on YouTube. First 20. It's never 20 minutes. It's always way more. Hey, Ak, do you remember that game I made way back when? You were the only one of our classmates who ever managed to beat it. Oh, right. The rhythm game that ran at like 888 BPM. Because of course it's 888. Yeah, I remember now. I'm getting nauseous thinking about it. Actually made an even harder sequel. Are you kidding? Why? I told you over and over to widen the timing window, reduce the number of notes. I just thought it would be boring if it was too easy. And Pearl beat it without even blinking, so... That thing when you hear a sound and press a button? That was supposed to be hard? Unbelievable. I like how Axe first response, like, are you kidding me? You made it harder. And she beat it? Of course she beat it. She's the rapper. She sings at 888 beats per minute. Like, I understand where they're coming from, but man, Act just gets mad. I can feel that energy. I've played my fair share of super stupid hard songs and rhythm games. I mean, everyone knows we're the Fire and Flames for a reason. This one may not be terrible for the not taking damage part, because I do have a shield. Well, I have a shield. I'm just letting the sprinkler do the job. That's working really well. Yeah, look at that. He almost destroyed the portal from the sprinkler alone. Oh man, it took damage. I almost had a perfect. Sprinkler put in work though. This one's gonna take no time at all, though. With the storm going off, sprinkler, an ink strike. Yeah, needless to say, that thing got deleted. Okay, main range, ink damage, main damage distance again, but not a rigorous. I'm gonna go with range again. 100 to 105 is really not that much. I think it just makes more sense for range. Especially going into the final fight. It'll definitely help for the final fight. Like these portals in that final phase, they move really fast, so... We're safe and sorry. That's not where I wanted to put that, but okay, guess it's there now. Let's fix that. Easy. See you later. Okay, last vending machine we'll probably actually get. I might want to go to it, because everything else is not worth it, and it's better to go here than re-roll. I could get something here that's probably worth it. Wanna get a general direct soon from Nintendo? I mean, yeah, I don't know, because we only got the partner showcase in February. This is like the first February we've had where they haven't done a direct. Like, that is rare for them to skip a direct in a month like this. They've always done one in years past because they have stuff, but this is... Oh, yeah, I can't afford anything. Why did I do that? It was just a waste. I know how to waste my money. This seems like a year where they don't have that much in general to put out because they're just winding down production, I would say, on games coming out currently on this platform. and moving on to working on a new one, which makes a lot of sense. Switch is 7 years old at this point. It will be 7 in like a couple days because it's like the 3rd is the anniversary, and that's coming up soon. But it makes sense. I mean, looking at your Nintendo system, usually the last year of it, no matter if it's successful or not, has been kind of slow. If we do get an actual direct, it might not actually be until closer to summer. We always get something around the summertime. Because they usually, even if it's like a slow year, they have stuff to talk about. But right now, not really. And I would wonder, for that reason too, would they even bother? I feel like probably not. That's really close to dying. I'll throw this. I want to get rid of that portal. It's basically done. That's a lot of ink. This thing fires really fast, so it was a good thing to upgrade. But yeah, we do have a couple of different things that's been announced already. Yeah, most of them are remakes. I know the one everyone's looking forward to the most is Paper Mario. That's the big one they announced. And we don't know anything about when that's coming yet. Apparently Luigi's Mansion 2, I think, got like some pre-order stuff going live in like some territories, so that gives people a general understanding if it's coming the next couple months, I would say, but that doesn't really tell us much. And Mario vs. Donkey Kong, I heard already, is like doing pretty well on the charts, so apparently that's been successful. Yeah, we're going to go invite Small Us again. What would you expect? Gonna keep happening till we reconfigure every single palette? Yes. Got me a break here. New plan. This time we're gonna make Smolux see reason. Good luck. This thing never sees reason. It just sees order. There's talks that Prime 4 might be shown at some point soon, but for that, like for the past 5 years. So who knows on that one. You're up, 8. It's your turn to try and talk some sense in the small Usk. Huh? I don't care what you say. My mind is made up and you can't argue me out of it. The silent treatment will work on me. Whatever you're gonna say, spit it out, please. Oh, I forgot how shy 8 is. Are you making fun of me? I'll turn your more once into cappuccino. Of course, when my turn comes up to talk, I don't talk because I'm a silent protagonist. What do you expect? That's like if Ganon asked Link to say, alright, final words before I kill you, and he just stands there. Maybe grunts at most. Dude, I'm gonna be so disappointed if the Zelda movie doesn't have Link not talk. It's like, man, it's a perfect opportunity. You can mute the whole time. We gave Mario a voice, so I know that's not gonna happen, but it'd be funny. Like, come on, man. A whole, like, hour and a half, 2 hour long movie with no dialogue from the main character. Come on. Other movies have done it. Wally's done it. Come on. Really? Like 2 shots away. Dude, I want that, but I can't use the special can. Okay, now I can use it. Go back. Seems really stupid, but I want it. Get rained on. Put away that stingray. We left that behind for a reason. I don't think this thing really knows what true order is if it's trying to bring back that broken special, just saying. Restore. Yeah, let's just say, when you get here your first time playing this dude is very different. But let's not kid ourselves here. I think we all kind of expect that this thing would be kind of cutesy in some fashion, although I didn't think this is going to be what happens when you neutralize the main threat originally. But it makes sense that it's cutesy because it's designed by Marina, and she definitely feels like she would program something cutesy like this. Brella shield, save me. Oh, I just noticed you can actually see the track of these things. It's so chaotic normally in this fight. I don't see these tracks, so I didn't know that they had tracks. And of course, Order's gotta think of like the ads from like the Splatoon Plaza. Surprised that didn't actually end my life sooner. I'm still around. I gotta be careful. I did lose a life, but I can survive on another one here. That's why it's good to have the 3. It's probably a bad place for us. It's gonna just go off the map here in a second. This thing's like pooping out so many enemies on my head. That's the problem. Like how he's trying to say protect little small losses. Like, have you seen your size? If this is little, I hate to see huge. There you go. Yeah, go out, shark. Oh god, I'm dead. Alright, there you go. Another run complete. Dude, remember first day? We couldn't even get close. And now we're not failing any runs. Man, it's like those hacks make this easy. Scratch one more pallet off the list. Why can't I win? Everything is so unfair. Everyone help make the members, so it should be the world everyone wants. Everyone made it? I thought the members was a solo Marina joint. I'm sick of looking at you dum-dums. Go away, pretty please. What was that last sound? This is like a silent fart. There you go, half an hour. Got ourselves some more keys, so probably get another pallet out of it. As long as we get the 3 keys, I think we're guaranteed pallets now. One of these runs, I'm gonna fill up this whole thing. I want to do a run where I'm filling up the entire thing of pallets. And I've heard like another thing people do too, where it's a monochrome run, which is like getting very specific colors. So I'd like to try something like that too. That'd be fun. A lot of that I'm looking more towards like later on, once we actually got More weapons unlocked. And now we got Order Brella replica, so now I can use that in multiplayer. Give up on arguing with Smollusk. It's just gonna do what it's gonna do. Ignore that thing and keep at it. Alright, well, let's unlock some more pallets. Another dev diary entry. Nice. Sheldon's palette. Sheldon's the Octobrush user, huh? Ink Mine and Ultra Stamp. Oh, this palette's from Sheldon. Where'd Sheldon move to again? Splatsville? He found a whole new audience for his lectures on weapons, and I love that for him. Ugh, those poor, poor saps in Splatsville. Yeah, because the guy doesn't stop talking. That's fair. Alright, 30 pearls. More pearls. We're just missing one thing in power. And one thing in support. One thing in range. 2 in mobility, 1 in luck, and 1 in drone. And I've locked all the drone things, so now it's just a matter of finding it. I'm actually going to hold off on the diary entry because I'm going to go straight to Inkopolis real quick and grab the Brella. Yeah, this is a very fun yet interesting DLC. It's different from what we're used to. Because Octo Expansion was just more single player. Of like the same formula that we've had, you know, go from point A to point B, level-wise, we just had a crap ton of levels to work with. But it was essentially the same kind of idea. Then you get to this game and they change up the whole formula now where it's like, okay, it's a roguelike. So have at it. It's very different. This is why we want those movement buffs, because this thing go fast. And I want to see that Brella shield. It looks really cool. I love the reflective design to it. And it's the same color as your ink, too, I've noticed, which is really cool. Because my ink right now is that turquoise, like blue. Alright, let's go back. I just want to get the weapon. I think we have time for one more run. We usually do like a run an hour, because even though it says 30 minutes, that took a little bit under an hour, I would say. It's all the cutscenes and everything. That's the big thing. Alright, let's look at the other thing. So now we have... Oh, I gotta go back. Whoops. It's fine. Yeah, a lot of titles here. Just like slow-moving targets, keep your turf, not theirs. This is what I like. You get a lot of entries from these different things in general. I'm going to read all these probably once I unlock them all. Because honestly, there are some that give hints. I think I want to read the ones with the bosses more, because that's how I know about this boss here. Asynchronous Rondo having the weak point thing. Because it takes, I think, all the way onto the third layer. Defeat 4 more to unlock. I think that's the one that tells you the hint where you just hit the lights, right? Basic nodes, weak spot. Destroy lift, layers. No, they don't tell me. Okay, so I think it's the third hint that tells you that part. Alright, well, let's read the next diary entry then. So this was from 11 months ago. Digging through Kamiko's system, we finally yields Commander Tartar's top secret files. I have a firmer grasp on how sanitization works. I'll lay it all out here. Sanitization extracts the subject's thoughts and memories. These are saved as memcakes. Post-sanitization, the structure housing the subject's soul is left as a hollow husk. Injecting dummy information into that husk enables total control of the original subject. Confirms my theories, but I hate being right about this. How awful! Could sanitization have also caused Agent 8's memory loss? The good news is, there's hope. If we could return the memcakes to a sanitized soul, it might reverse the process and restore the subject's self. This has really lit a fire under me. Project MacPherce, titled TK, is officially launching! Cuttlefish hinted at souls once or twice, and it sounded like he wasn't being metaphorical. He knows more than I gave him credit for. But it's not all research with me. Off the Hook is going great too. Everything is ready for the world tour, including our songs. We've been killing it in rehearsals. Poor Pearl doesn't know what to do with a free moment anymore. I'm always catching her bouncing with anticipation. The sooner our tour kicks off, the better. There's so much good in my life that my heart might burst. And I guess that's a picture of her working on the Memverse stuff on her laptop. But maybe now we know why she made the Memverse. Maybe this is all to restore Agent 8's memory. Because the start of Octo expansion shows this mysterious Octoling with no memory. And Marina feels bad that Agent 8 doesn't remember anything at all. And it seems like she's trying to correct that. So the Memverse project could just be for her to fix something that happened to 8. And I like that idea. It gives like a bigger meaning to this whole Memverse area. And just really does show like Marina cares. Like in general, like she's a very caring person who thinks of others first. Which kind of already figured from like previous outings with her. But yeah, Souls and Splatoon, definitely not on my bingo card. I agree. And it's even talking in a way that makes it sound like it's such an impactful thing. From like the Memcake thing specifically. It's like, okay, I thought those things were just like random like mobility things. Like, memorabilia, I should say. I didn't think they meant like life-altering data. It's like, okay, that brings new meaning to the Memcakes now. Alright, so I'm going to do this, even though I'm not going to do this on the run yet. I'm going to buy risky rewards now. I'm afraid of doing this at the moment, but I want it unlocked. Because if I do, I might start doing runs off stream just to get pearls. And if I do that, having risky rewards on would make sense. I'm just increasing my Membuck payout at this point. So I don't know how that works. That's the thing. So let's think. What are a palette here? I do want to read this though, the entry, because now we have it. Marina used to understand the value of an unchanging world, but then she changed. What happened? Phooey. I'll never forgive whoever got to Marina, and I won't forgive Marina either for betraying her principles. I'm gonna punish all of them. Dude, the more I read the Smolok in that kind of voice, the more my brain keeps on thinking, isn't that the guy from like DBZ Abridged from like season 4? Like from like the arc of season 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh! That doesn't exist in the actual like manga. I keep on thinking that voice. It just... That's what lives rent-free in the head. I'm going with Splatana if I get that boss again. I really want to show this thing I talked about. I want to do it. All set, then let's hit it. Going up. So, how do I do the hack thing? That's like the only thing I'm not sure of. The risky thing is something I have to look up. Holy crap. If I'm starting with a double, gimme. Okay, I think I found the thing, so I gotta look up how you do it. This is not active now. My hacks are working. I would know if it's not because, you know, I can see it. I got lives. I'll probably end up trying it after this run. Also, I didn't see... What were the bosses? Was one of them the tower thing? That's what I get for going to a different tab to look up this risky reward thing. I literally don't know if this is the run I want to play or not, because I want that thing in the rotation. If it's not here, I'm going to reset. I guess we're checking VOD, because I literally cannot remember. And that sucks. This is like a good run so far if I had that kind of luck in the beginning. I just want to see, is it here? Alright, so I got the VOD up now. Oh, actually I could just check the floor, right? No, I can't. Because it only shows this one. Okay, I got it up now. So let me see. When I started, I see main boss. Okay, tower's at 20. Okay, we're doing this run. We're good. Ooh, having two colored ship. Definitely want to see if that will work. Because charged storage is not a thing you can do on Tri-Stringer. This is reflux territory. Don't take damage, okay. On an 8-ball mission? Hang on. How? How do I take damage, though? Like, all I can see is running into that geyser. That's it. Oh, no, there's enemies. Never mind. I was like, come on. Don't take damage on a floor with nothing to take damage on. Don't mind if I do. Where'd the ball go? It went over here somewhere. There it is. Alright, GG's. I'm just gonna play this. Haters don't look at 8 balls. Unfortunately, this is so new, I don't even know if it's possible to look up anything about these specific rewards yet from the hacks to know how they work. Because I would like to know how Risk Reward works, and right now it's so new, I don't know if I can actually find it. I'm gonna quote search it in Google and see if that gives me better results. So far, the answer is no. Again, so new. This is like the only thing I don't like when I'm playing a new game, is trying to look up information about it, because it's so hard. Like, from what I understand, they already have some information on the Splatoon wiki wrong. Because it's so new, people are not understanding certain things about it yet. Which is fair, to be honest. Like, this is such a new thing. People are going to get minute details wrong in the beginning, because we're still learning. I even tried to charge hold on that, by the way, because there was no chance. I'll do this. Dude, that's so weird. That is so weird having a charge hold on a Tri-Stringer. That just feels wrong. Just a couple tap shots away, and GG's. I think, yeah, I've already done drone bomb. That's not a new one. I'm gonna start making a list of these things at some point that I don't have. Okay, the other one, because that should be another can special, if I remember correctly. Gonna jump like this, because it just does a little bit more, although it shouldn't matter if I'm up close and personal. Yeah, run speed on this is also gonna be really good to have too, because I'm strafing kind of slow. Oh, more dialogue. Say 8. Have you ever wished you could rack up a whole pile of pearls in a single run? Do say more. I'm literally Googling this right now. I recommend the risk reward hack, which I've already bought. Amazing hack will boost the number of pearls you get to clearing the top floor of the spire. Downside is you get kicked out of the spire first, you won't earn any pearls at all. Oh yeah, so make it all the way through, and we'll be swimming in pearls. But if we fail, the pool's empty? Exactly. That's what makes it risky rewards. If you're confident in your skills, this hack's a good way to put them to the test. It's like I just sat through a sales pitch. Guess we've done a bunch of commercial work lately, huh? Yeah, you just didn't tell me. It's like how to use it, though. I was like, I've already bought it, but tell me how. Oh, okay, you're not gonna tell me. Okay. No, that's fair. What's next? I think I've bought and burst in the past. I want to do more charge storage because that just is really useful. Get me a little closer to Nautilus. Dude, I really wish Dry Stinger just had this. Like, just having the charge hold on this weapon makes so much of a difference. Okay. I almost killed myself. Like, the level's not hard. I just slipped into pit because... Nope. Every time. It's every time I do this. Every time! Why? I jinx myself literally every time I open my mouth. Stop opening mouth. Twitch needs to give me more emote slots so I can make a foot and mouth emote, because I know that's been like the most requested thing. I just don't have the slots. So I guess as a reminder, there's a sub goal at the bottom of the stream. That tells you when we get more emotes. Tell your friends. You want foot and mouth, tell friends to, I don't know, fund the foot and mouth initiative. And they ask what the heck does that mean? Tell them to come by. We'll explain it sometime. This thing already has range, I'm making it bigger. You tapped away, then you came back, and just almost ending stream. Like, it was fast. Yeah, needless to say, when you die on, like, floor 4 or whatever that was, just because you're dumb, after saying it's not hard, it's like, I think at this point, it's just par for the course. It's like, yeah, I think everyone who's been here expects that at this point. Nothing really jumps out here, honestly. I guess if anything, I do ink damage, as minor as it is. It's still better than anything else, and re-rolling this early is kind of stupid. You thought the stream folks staring in face palm. Well, I guess it shows I can be a statue when I want, because it's very believable that things just break. And that's probably not the best thing right now. I'm on the enhanced beta thing, because after Tuesday, dropping, you know, all the frames. Because I was pushing Twitch, like, way too much. I immediately went into, like, broadcast test mode after that stream, dropped 0 frames in, like, 30 minutes. So, needless to say, I think Twitch was just not happy with me pushing as much bitrate. And if they're not, tone it down yourself, so you don't want to do these options, not me. Dude, just focus on that. The portal. Problem with Killer Whale in this is once I focus on everything else. Killer Whale's gonna be a little hard to use. I don't want to go for this. This is not great, because it's rigorous, but has a bonus too, and it's a really good set of chips. So you know what they say, it's time to die. Don't jump. Okay, great challenge. Well, it's gonna make things a little more complicated. At least not don't move, because that would not be great right now. That doesn't count. And I'm glad. Okay, this is not nearly as bad so far. I'm waiting for it, by the way. I've said that. There it is. There it is. It's because I'm trying to do the thing. You know what's the worst part? I think I'm gonna break even after this, because what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have to buy back my lives I lost. But for me trying this challenge and not jumping to get the full reward, I'm gonna break even. That's what's gonna happen. I should have done this, apparently. Like, this just makes it way safer. Yeah, I didn't get hit by anything. Why didn't I just go down there? I wasted Membucks by doing this, because I'm gonna be buying those lives back. So welcome to a waste of money. After this, because I have to fight this boss. Jump the bottle nitro glisten you're holding will explode. How'd that get there? I guess that explains why Asian EA has a nice cake in the bakery, because it's not a cake, it's nitroglycerin. Okay, this boss is gonna be a little more annoying. Not impossible, but just a little more annoying because I don't play Tri-Stringer much. I say as I immediately get like the kill with it. So, prove it wrong. Where's the last one? I still don't need the other armor yet. There it is. There you go. Nice. I didn't even need that armor. That really makes up for what just happened earlier. Thank you. Not even taking the risk, just immediately going for lives because I need them. If I keep on doing the stupid of, this ain't hard, dies, then I'm gonna need all the lives I can get. Okay, good news, we don't actually break even on that because they're a little cheaper than I thought, but still. Ooh. I'm tempted because of the problems Killer Whale is having, but we saw how bad Killer Whale worked with portals on my previous run on Tuesday, so I think I'm gonna just do this. And I'm not gonna buy the other one. I think that's overkill. 3 seconds should be more than enough time in the charge hold, because honestly, as a Nautilus player, I love having like 5-second charge holds. I don't need 5-second charge holds, so I can get away with it. I'm fine. The splash radius, ink damage, piercing. I think I want to do piercing for a weapon like the Stringer. That could be a pretty big deal. We'll try it. All right, start up here. Wow, those tap shots are way more effective than I would expect. And this thing's pretty much done. See, that's why I didn't want to trade that out for the Kraken. I don't think it would have worked. Let's just say Kraken and me are on bad terms right now. Another vending machine and more piercing. Inksaver main by double. Give me. No argument. Give me this. This is the best one. Stringer takes a good amount of ink, and you give me 2 saving ones for free? Give me. They're gonna be really confused. And that's the plan. Unfortunately, I cannot do that with this third one because it's in a weird spot. No. Okay, I'll take the damage. Not twice, though. God. See, like I said, that one's in a worse spot. There's no easy way to get to it without being swarmed. And I need to get close enough to target it with Killer Whale because everything is in my way. It might actually make this easier than resetting. So now it's not like a swarm of enemies. Yeah, that instantly made it easier. I'll just buy that life back later, excuse me. Not a big deal. Speaking of, we can do it now. But do I want to? Because there's Killer Whale. That would be kind of weird, though, thinking about it. Killer Whale with Killer Whale. I'm actually going to go to vending machine. Because I can re-roll it after I buy my life to see if there's anything else. I'll just do it now. It's funny because I don't need to. there's the vending machine up ahead, but this is probably just a better idea. I don't want to keep on dying, though, because these lives are getting more expensive. Ink Saver sub, I'll get one. And, I don't know if I should change it. If I do, I don't think Burst Ball makes sense for this weapon. It'd be better if I had something more potent. But yeah, like Fizzy. There you go. Thank you for answering my question of what's better. Fizzy? Yes. And give me the bomb drop. I'm essentially now broke. But this is good. Yeah, if Pearl drinks, she'll just die. She needs to transform back to her normal form to actually drink something. Although, what are you drinking? Can Inklings and Octolings even drink a bottle of water? That's been the age-old question. No one knows. It'd be actually funny if they just answered that randomly one day in an interview. It's like, oh, by the way, can the Inklings and Octolings like drink water, take showers, wash their face? Like, can they even interact with water without dying? Otherwise, I think Inkling's gonna be more dirty than a Smash player. Hey-oh. I know it's still the meme. Splash players don't take showers, which is very insensitive, but a couple bad apples in more ways than one make this a meme for a reason. Wait, where's the tower? It's like out of view. What? Yeah, there it is. I was like, where is tower? Perfect timing. Pick that up and hit it now at the checkpoint. Yeah, I guess speaking of Smash, because again, we're in that point. We've seen it, we've done it. What else is new? So let's talk. I did get to look at some of the Smash stuff for next week already, because I was getting to play around my Wii U. I got done work a little earlier than expected today, so I played around the Wii U a little bit. And I forgot that game can be played with the 3DS. Wait, none of these sound good to me. Oh, this is the reroll, isn't it? Yeah, floor reset. Okay. I've heard this dialogue before. Yeah, I forgot that Smash 4 on the Wii U specifically had a free app that you can download on the 3DS so you can use it as a controller on the Wii U. It's so stupid. I forgot about that. It's like, oh yeah, this exists. I don't know why you would do it. It was stupid. Oh, was it $1? I thought it was free. I couldn't remember. I own it too. Either way, I just forgot about the stupid thing. I'm going with this instead. The other one's just not worth it. But to be fair, actually, it doesn't even matter if I own it or not. No, I don't think I do, because I have 3DS Smash, and that's the same thing. It's just so, like, why? If you don't have enough controllers and you just happen to have your 3DS on hand, I guess it's, like, it's better than nothing, but in my opinion, to play that game, that was the worst option. Like, absolutely the worst. I'd rather play with, like, the Wiimote on its side. Because, unironically, I'm pretty okay at that game with Wiimote on its side. I actually won a tournament with that, it was like a little local thing back in like the Brawl days on Wii. But it's still, like, I played against a bunch of people at like some charity event. They had like a little Smash tournament going on. It's like, yeah, sure, why not? And I managed to win the whole thing, and I played with the Wiimote on the side because I didn't have any other controllers. So that's probably how I won to take it back. Most people don't play that game with just the Wiimote. You get used to like the weirder button layout of it fast. It's just not as ideal. That's all. But I'd rather play with that, because to me the 3DS just felt too slippery for Smash Bros. Like I made it work when playing the game on the 3DS itself, but to play it on the console just didn't feel right for me. It just felt too slippery. And plus, that's another thing you're adding in the middle of your chain of input delay, so that didn't help. It's like the game already had a little bit of input delay when you're playing with gamepad, because gamepad latency, but then you're adding a 3DS in the mix, and it's the same problem. No item drops. Alright, that's honestly one of the better ones for a danger challenge. Because no item drops is kind of like playing some of the earlier floors. I couldn't move. I wanted to kill a whale so bad there, and I couldn't move. I couldn't have done that. It wouldn't have saved my life. I still would have died. Now, mind you, like I said, this is one of the better ones to get. Didn't say it was easy. That would have helped earlier. And this thing extends way further out than I thought. That was just like a couple blocks over. But no, it goes all the way to mid. Yeah, I like the idea of that app existing for Smash Wii U. Just like give you another option. Because what do you think about it? Smash Wii U had the most controller options. You were able to play with a Wiimote by its side, Wiimote nunchuck, classic controllers, GameCube controller, and that was all the stuff you played with Brawl. Then you had the Wii U gamepad, the Wii U Pro controller, the 3DS, 7 different controllers that game supported. It's insane when you look back at it. That's a lot of controllers. Like, I can't think of any other game that really supports that many controllers, even on like a Wii or Wii U. Like, that was excessive. They didn't need to support that many controllers, but they did. I mean, to be fair, that's the same argument we all kind of made back in the day of, like, the GameCube adapter even, like, coming back for GameCube controllers. Like, they didn't need to do that, but they did it, and it made things so much better, because still having GameCube controllers supported, even to this day in Smash, is such a big deal. It's such like a weird thing to believe because Nintendo's really not one to bring back old stuff that often for like their hardware. So for them to do that for Smash was really interesting. And the fact they're still doing it now, it's like it's a simple thing for the adapter's sake. So it's like, why not continue to do that, right? But making new controllers every time is definitely more production that they don't need to do too, but they do. Mind you, they don't do it anymore, because it's like, what, the first year or two of a Smash game being out, they made the controllers, and then they're silently discontinued. So, you can't buy them new anymore, unfortunately. Which sucks, because that's like the time to buy GameCube controllers when you need new ones, and then after that, it's just hard to get GameCube controllers again. I don't know, man. These are kind of, things. I'm half tempted to do a reroll actually, but I'm gonna go with the bomb. I play GameCube, playing with Smash Wii U. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing that, guaranteed, because I always play Smash with the GameCube controller. It just feels right to me. I've been doing that for literal years, so I'm just, at this point, just kind of used to it. But with that game, I had to make sure how that would work, because I needed my adapter to reach it, because of the system being in such a weird spot. Like, my adapter's down where the Switch is, and the Wii U's much higher up, so I have to see how that would work. And thankfully, I can just run an extension cord to it, and it's fine. I don't have to move my adapter, which that's convenient. It's also weird, because I still had it fully plugged in, like, power-wise. I gotta do this. You gotta go. I still have plugged into my Switch for, like, the power part. I just use an extension cable with the data part. And it was getting rumble, which was weird because I didn't have my Switch on. So I'm guessing the GameCube adapter is getting power, you know, 24/7 if that Switch is like plugged in, like the dock, which I didn't know. But now thinking about that in hindsight, yeah, that's probably why my OG Switch was overheating a lot in the early days with the wireless adapter, which is why I turned that kind of setting off. I just had it connect wirelessly until I turned on the system. Because it just feeds things through USB power all the time. And by doing that, there was a bug that I think even kind of still exists, where the system would constantly run, and that was bad. Like, my system felt hot when I just let it go in sleep mode. So I turned that off immediately. But I can actually use the GameCube adapter plugged into the Wii U for data, and then plugged into the Switch for power, so I can get the rumble. It's so stupid, but it works. I'm probably just gonna end up doing that. I'm not gonna need any extra cables. Which I was wondering if I need to, like, just run it without rumble, because I have rumble turned off in the settings. I haven't used rumble in a long time in Smash, just because, like, I tried to run it for a while without playing with rumble just to see how it would feel, and then I just kind of left the setting on. Alright, here we go. This fight's gonna be interesting, because now I can fight this with range, which means I don't even have to attack certain heads. I'm just gonna attack the ones with lights. Are you serious? Why? It targeted the ink rail of all things. That's like the worthless thing to target. Is it gonna do, like, the bomb rush again? No. We're done! That's right. I cheated. I learned things on the internet. Oh no. I wasn't supposed to know this yet. But now I know. You can only kill the ones in the searchlights, and if you do that, the whole tower collapses. So if you're fighting this boss, and you have a long-range weapon, mind you, because it doesn't work in almost any other case, yeah, just shoot the targets on the lights. That's it. Smelly fin gelatin fell again. That boss has no bars, but we toss the big bombs. Ooh, it's so cool, it's scary. No joke. I'm glad we're on the same side. I got a vending machine to get my life back. Ink attack size, hindrance damage. I think I'm gonna go right to bending. I know we have the guarantee at 25, but I'm playing it safe. I don't want to risk things. Okay. Buy this. I see some pearls there. I'm just going for the pearls at this point, because I need a lot of these. Battery drop. I'm gonna re-roll. I think I'm only gonna do it once though. Triple splashdown and main close. I'm not gonna go with splashdown, but I am gonna do this, main close. It's best at this point to save these because I'm going to another vending machine at some point, and if I decide to go there, I'll spend it there. Max chain, but it's on danger floor. It's easy though. Squid attack, I don't really know if it's that useful for this specific weapon, so I'm gonna do the danger. It's not that bad on easy. Stronger gelatins. Okay, so I gotta be worried about those, but honestly the gelatins on easy, in theory, I can handle. Just gotta get that 8-ball in here. What is hitting these guys? Is that like one of Pearl's attacks or something? Because I was doing a lot without doing anything. It's like, yeah, okay, sure, we take those. Yeah, a little confused on that at times. Alright, that's GG's. Yeah, there was no real concern coming here. It's because it was easy. That's the only real reason why that was not dangerous. Even though it said it was danger. Okay, so now I can do distance attack, but I might be able to avoid it. Ink recovery can go up another. I'll do squid attack this time. Bonus is really helpful. Because coming up to a vending machine, getting more points is nice. You know, I don't think squid attack will make much of a difference here. I might as well. And why are we calling this squid attack, by the way? Like, why is everything in this game squid this or squid that? We're octolings here. It's even more insensitive when we're octoling only. Which I like the idea that it seems like they're bringing back Agent 8 specifically for the DLC stuff now. Oh my god. I'm gonna just have to do this. It's the only thing I can do. And now I can flee. But I like the idea they're bringing Agent 8 for like DLC stuff. Like that just makes a lot of sense to me. Because Agent 4 was supposed to be like the sequel agent, but at the same time, Agent 3 and Agent 4 kind of felt like they're very similar in their roles, so I didn't see them doing that again. Like Agent 4 kind of felt like a one and done. Maybe now we'll just like mention Agent 4 here and there, but I don't feel like we need to bring Agent 4 back in a campaign. Maybe like a thing to like reference or something, like to see them there, but not like as a playable character again. So I can see them doing what they're doing here, essentially. Like, we get new agents every game. It's kind of funny, though, this one specifically, we went back to Agent 3. So that's very confusing, because might as well be new Squid Beak Splatoon when you think about it. But Agent 8 being the DLC role makes a lot of sense. Because they're introduced first in DLC, might as well keep the agent to those stories. Ooh, run speed, finally. It's on hard floor, though, but run speed is massive for this weapon. Agent 4 on World Tour like Paper Luigi here every so often. Maybe. That would make sense, actually, at that point, where they're just off doing their own mission or something. That'd be cool for story reasons. Yeah, this feels so much better. And I got a lot of run speed because of it being a double pallet. Stop targeting that! I want to target the big ball in front of me. Dude, I'm actually out-strafing the enemies. I did not think I'd have that much run speed with this. Double fizzy all the way, baby! Yeah, it's probably our last chance for a vending machine, so I might just take the stop. You know, there might not be much of a point to it. And there's not much here, so definitely better than whatever's here. If I have a choice for a reroll or a vending machine, I'll just take a vending machine. Alright, so drone items, swim speed, buy the pearls, because I am prioritizing those. I'm going to buy the drone item and the swim speed. And that's it. I can't afford anything else. So I bought one of everything. Neat. Almost have a full pallet. I'm not gonna be able to get there unless I get more double chips before the end. I need a couple double chips, I think. Let me do main ink coverage. That's probably my best option here. It's one of the safer ones. I saw it rigorous and I got scared, so going here. And it's one of these things, the fleeing foes. Honestly, the fleeing foes are some of the easiest. Like, the problem with it is the speed of the fleeing foe itself, but like, if you can get them trapped on something, then they're a joke. And then it's also the case of bait around the AI and all to deal with a lot of the enemies. Although it's still very risky. I thought one of them fell off the edge for a second, but no, that's just one of the normal enemies. Yeah, see, I didn't even have to deal with anything here. I just ignored the enemies and I'm good. That's my fastest time yet. Like, though, that seems like one of the safer challenges of all the things. Just the fleeing foe. Sound wave damage up, splash radius, turf. I'm gonna go with the sound wave damage. That makes sense, and it's also the safest option. Alright, a couple more floors left, and then we're back to Small Luck. Or Small Lusk. Small Luck. He's running out of luck. No drone and no items, oh boy. At least it's a fleeing foe again, because help me otherwise. I'm trying to get away, and it still didn't. Okay. I was trying to get away from that ink rail because I knew what was going to happen, and it happened immediately. Surprise! Even on a hard floor, I can manage. Yeah, I only need 4 more chips. But I have 2 more floors, so that ain't happening, Chief. I'm gonna just re-roll. None of these are really helpful right now. I don't know if that's worth it. That almost seems like the best option, but that's also scary. I'm gonna go with mobile special charge. I don't need any more ink hold charge. I think the way you want to get a full pallet is a combination of the vending machine and then getting lucky with the double chips, because that seems to really be like the only course that would work. I feel like we just saw this exact same thing like 30 minutes ago in the exact same spot. That's the thing, though, about side order that I guess I'm not as big of a fan of, but this makes sense. It's a roguelike. This kind of thing happens in roguelikes. But to see, like, a lot of the same missions repeat itself, like, so frequent, that's a little disappointing, especially with the boss fights. That also is kind of a problem there. But again, roguelike, this happens with a lot of roguelike games. This is not an exception. I mean, I remember fighting a lot of the same bosses all the time and, like, Binding of Isaac when I was playing that on a more regular basis. So that's just like an issue, especially with boss fights specifically with roguelike games. You usually run into a lot of the same stuff. Alright, GG's. This is kind of putting me in a mood to try other roguelikes too, because I got a couple others I've wanted to try over the years. I mean, the big one for me is Hades. Had that for a while, want to try it. Played a lot of other roguelikes, but just haven't really stuck with them. Oh my god. Do we do it? You know what they say, time to go die. I'm gonna do it, even though it's the worst idea. I am 1 ship away from a full pallet. I got so close. I can't believe we got that close in terms of what we could get. Alright, so this is a danger. Main. Whoa! Oh no! Oh god! I think I might have killed my run. I'm not listening to that. No, 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 no. This is not happening. We're not listening to it. I'm using my main gun. Screw that. We're at the end. It doesn't matter. Not listening to that. Don't use your main weapon on like the hardest thing possible. Have fun, schmuck. Like, I'm gonna use a lot of fizzies if I can. I'm gonna try for this as much as possible. But also, screw you. I'm using my main. Oh boy. I'm in danger. That's it, see you later. Going down the whole tower. I don't care. I got this. Sure, target the thing in front of my feet. Yeah, that makes sense. Hand special. I literally do not even know where to go right now. It's that chaotic. Oh god, mosh pit, not now. It's a good thing I buffed my run speed. Dude, okay. Bad idea. I'm like, can I just recover faster than that thing can attack? The answer's no. That was really stupid. I should have jumped off like I was planning on originally. This is a really dumb one, man. Don't use your main weapon. Oh, by the way, here's 5 portals to destroy. Couldn't have picked the worst one to give me that set challenge. It's not impossible, but holy crap. No, God, not again, not again, not again. I'm gonna leave. No, that didn't work? Oh, man. Alright, you know what? Screw the challenge. We gotta do this normally because I am gonna die if I don't. I have 1 life for the final boss, so I make it out of here. This one is real painful, man. Thankfully, Tri-Stringer doesn't use much of, like, the overall challenge points. So I can get away with using some of this and still actually having a little bit of, like, a threshold here. And I have so much extra speed. That helps, too. Okay, it angled up. Please be enough. Wasn't enough. We're not dying here. We're not dying here. I'm playing it safe. Oh my god. Did not see that there until the last second. Oh god, my life flashed before my eyes. GG's. God, that was scary as heck, man. You had to give me that a floor before the final fight. Why? I shouldn't have gone for that. I didn't know it was gonna be 5 portals. You know how Small Lusk said everyone help make the Memverse or whatever? I thought Marina built this place, though. So what did it mean by everyone? I did recruit some Octoling engineers to help with the Memverse development. It can't mean them, right? There could be a connection there to Small Lusk. And let's go in and ask it. Hopefully it's someone other than me asking, though, because you know how that's gonna go. I gotta play this one extra safe because I only have the one attempt. If I die, this is gonna cost a lot of pearls to come back just to finish the run. And it might be better just to continue by playing a whole different run. Back again? You dun-duns never learn. Yo, I got a question. What do you have to do with the peeps who made the Memverse? I don't have to tell you dum-dums nothing. But maybe I'll tell you. If you can beat me, let's have another fight, please. Forsaken. How many attempts is this now? Is this 4? That was 5. I think that's right. I think it's 4. Ironically, it might actually just be faster for me to do tap shots. Had double fizzy. And also, my kill away is a buff beyond belief, so good luck surviving. Very chaotic child, which is very ironic when this thing's supposed to be the core of order. Oh, of course, took the long way. Dude, really? Both? Top, go for that. And I missed too. Wow, like everything I'm doing is missing. Honestly, the harder part about this fight, I feel, is leading up to the actual shield breaking. It's just because of all the enemies you get overwhelmed with the portals. Not to say that the actual, like, fight against Small Lusk's main body is a problem or not. It's like, that can still be hard, too. But it does kind of feel like, yeah, like, there's a great example. There's a great example as to why I think the portals could be a little bit worse. They get very overwhelming. I lost my armor. I didn't even realize it was that close to a chump. Thought I was gonna survive. Really? It's like every time I try to do something with a top here, it's not working. The stupid stingray. Why? Leave it in Splatoon 2. him with all the fizzies. That's quad fizzy, baby. Might actually be just better to use another killer whale right now. Because they just do so much. And I can just tap shoot him to death like this. Yeah, that was the strat, dude. That 29 floor almost ended the run. That was so scary. But this boss, by comparison, was a cakewalk. It was that bad of a floor. Alright, we spanked you yet again. So, you're gonna spill how you connected to the making of the Memverse? Squee! Take no prisoners, Pearl is my favorite Pearl. You drive a hard bargain. But I'm a good AI who keeps its promises, so I'll tell you a little bit. In their hearts, all the Otterling engineers who helped build the Memverse shared a philosophy. It wasn't conscious, but somewhere inside, they all wanted a world that would never change. So you're saying those desires got mixed into the Memverse? And that's how Order was born? But what good would a world without change do them? That's a good question. And you meanies are never gonna know the answer. Yikes. This one's a tough nut to crack. On the plus side, we actually, survived. Minus side, we still don't know everything. Another 30-minute run. As I said before, 30 minutes, add the cutscenes and like the loading and all that in. It's closer to about an hour. And we're just like this shy, this close to having a full palette run, because we're one off. $539, that's a lot. So I almost made back that whole 333 buyout. Order string replica. What's so good about a world that never changes? Do you get it, 8? Yeah, some change is good. Some change may not be, but most of it's good. And our dev diary. Now we get our palette. DJ Octavio's palette is a heavy splatling. This man knows how to talk to my heart. With Splash Wall and Booyah Ball of all things too. What the? Even Octavio has a palette here? He used to be your boss, right? Well, put this thing to work as revenge for him running you ragged. I mean, he didn't work me that hard, but we're going to get a lot of use out of this thing anyways. Sorry, sir. Hey, don't worry, he's actually a good guy now. And pearls. It's kind of ironic how he's a good guy now. Awesome, that's about half the lockers open now. We can't stop till the other half are open too, 8. I want to see what happens next in Marina's dev diary. Pearl, don't drool over my diaries. I'm right here. Also, please stop reading them out loud. No. I'm sorry, I get paid to do this. 3 pearls. So I didn't get anything really that new here. I got some more main range. Some more sort of lucky. But I'm still not there yet on the unlocks for these other things. The field guide, battering lento. That's an interesting title. And it's because of these things. More distance, the better. And I'm gonna read all of those once I have all the hints. All right, another one of these. Another diary entry, this time 10 months ago. This is hopeless. I have no way to determine who any of these mem cakes belong to. I started off analyzing mem cakes from Agent 8 and Cuttlefish. Then I did a large-scale survey of mem cakes I found in Cambobo Co.'s warehouse. Or rather, its trash dump. But none of that helped me match the mem cakes to their owners. If it wasn't bad enough that their origins are hard to trace, I can't rule out that a single mem cake could be made from multiple Ottlings mixed together. Well, now what? I'm not yet to the point where I could return these mem cakes to their owners even if I tried. Would I ever kill Commander Tartar to manage the data properly? Ugh, this is feeling like a dead end. So it's time to change my approach. Better news, Off the Hook's world tour is getting closer. 8 is really shouldering a lot of the last minute load for us. It's been just what I needed. Oh, and about 8. I always kind of felt like Agent 8 was too formal to say all the time. So, the other day, I took the plunge and called out, "Hey 8!" And I got the widest smile in return. Mission success! You can tell, like, the simple things, like, she's really excited for. And we can see more of her, like, really detailed drawings here, too. You got Pearl, which is really cutesy. Not surprised there. Got Octavio, Callie, Marie, Merch, Sheldon, and some other scribbles, too, of her notes. Yeah, I think these are my favorite parts overall. These Dev Diaries. These are really good. And I do want to see the thing here for Shiver's palette. I saw this Shiver person called Giant Beast Master, but I didn't see this Master teaching her any lessons. Maybe this so-called Shiver's just trying to suck up to it? Not okay. Flatters like her can never truly be trusted. Her chaotic lies must be punished. I can see that Smolok is definitely not Team Shiver and wants her to fall off. Just saying. Alright, well, you have a good night, Matt. Thanks for stopping by. We're pretty much done now anyway, so I guess you're not going to really miss anything else. And yeah, hopefully feel better too. Alright, let's get our weapon. And the last thing we're going to do, besides usual memes, because we always look at memes, I want to see how the heck you use this risky reward thing. I want to know. So we got a new weapon, got our new field guy, set title. To be fair, some of these like beginning parts are really good to combine with other things. So I might actually experiment with some of these titles. So our next weapon here, honestly, kind of looks really similar to like the base stringer already, except it doesn't have like the wood trim. It almost looks like a 3D printed version. It's like, this is stringer at home. But it's nice to have another one. I will say, I do like the other stringer more, though. So while this one's cool, I do prefer the newer one they added, which unfortunately, you can't use that custom kit with this. Like, the order weapons are just vanilla kits. Like, these are the ones that were already in the game. So that's unfortunate. Okay, let's see what we can do here, because I want to look at this one thing here. It's already unlocked, but it's like, how do you... Oh! I see. So I think Risky Rewards is a system where if I turn everything off and keep this on, then I'll be able to just get more. This kind of seems like a pain, though. Like, look what I'm doing. Like, everything needs to go manually off. That's interesting. Because honestly, once I get the hang of this stuff more, I'm going to turn off everything and just do Risky Reward only. I want to try as little hacks as possible at one point to beat this. I was wondering how it worked, and now I know. Just enough, perfect. So I'm gonna upgrade the drone to max. Now there's no more things I need for drone, which is perfect. And now I'll get all the chips available, so that's even better too. As for everything else, I don't know, honestly. If anything, maybe up the double chip rate, because that'd be pretty useful. Or other things too, I guess, but I still want to get all the chips. I think if anything, double chip. Can't afford another one. Slight bias is like an interesting thing. If I keep on going for like one specific chip, this makes it more likely I'll just get the whole thing. This is how you would do a monochrome run, I imagine. Max this out, and then you can go for that. You know what? I'll buy it. Because everything else is whatever. kind of wish it was like a max way of like turning the stuff off though, because I honestly want to do like a full run with just, you know, like certain palettes maybe active, but having like an option to toggle all of them on or off at once would be really helpful, because then that'd make like the risky runs even better. But yeah, that's 4 weapons now done. Oh, 5, sorry. I know how to count. We did the 3 weapons on Tuesday that we actually beat the first run with, and then more after that, and then 2 more, Brella and Stringer. So I got Roller, Slosher, Charger, Brush, and Splatling, which don't know which one I want to pick for the next time I play this. Now that I've gotten some stuff done with weapons, I might do repeat runs on my own time. I'm not sure yet. Depends if I have my own time for this or not. But I just want to let people know in case the pearls change in between sessions or something. But I might do my own runs with the risky reward system active so I get more pearls. And I might try to just like beat one of these with like weapons I've already beaten. I'm not going to do a run with a weapon I haven't touched yet for obvious reasons, but that's if I decide to do that off stream, because I've done that before with some of the single player stuff. I'll play some of it off if it's like a very minute thing, like what we done with those 100% things years ago with like Breath of the Wild, for example, or Hyrule Warriors. Played some of it off that literally didn't matter for this, but next week we're getting like to different content anyways, because I'll slow down a little bit on the side order stuff. By that, I mean we're not doing twice next week. Instead, I'm going to be playing what we actually were supposed to this week, but then plans had to change due to me just not having as much time as I would have liked and having some tech things to work out. When you upgrade homebrew on stuff, you just want to make sure it doesn't break, especially when that's the thing we load into. Like when I turn on my Wii U, it goes into homebrew mode. I have to bypass it. And it's just like, it's more work for me to just look into that instead of just bypassing it every time and make sure things work correctly. Because that came in handy with Splatoon, showing the multi-screens, even though Smash has like almost nothing to show. I still have to make sure like things are in order, because I haven't booted Smash in a while. I turned it on and asked about like spot pass date, and I was worried that meant it deleted my save. Because when it asks for a thing that was from years ago, you get worried that it's gone. And I've heard like Mario Maker do that to a lot of people. I've been booting these games up just to make sure things are set. And also to like get other things like figured out too, so it just I pushed that this week, and honestly I'm glad I did, just to make sure things are good to go. And plus beating this was like a positive, because now I've been able to watch some side order stuff from other people, and then now I can play some of this on my own if I want to do my own individual runs. So next week, probably Tuesday, we'll be doing the Smash thing like it was supposed to be this week. It was supposed to be Tuesday, but we're gonna do that next week instead. So next Tuesday here, it's upcoming Tuesday, we're actually getting to do the Smash 4 thing. And we'll play it by ear of how I handle this kind of stuff going forward. I'll probably keep in the Thursday slot for now, but I also want to push through Mario Kart soon, because I didn't realize how soon April 8th really is, when tomorrow is the 1st of March. So it's sneaking up on me faster than I anticipated. Like me trying to go back to play Splatoon 1 right now, just to get anything done with that rank-wise, for my own personal sake, has been really hard. I've learned basically do not play that game until it's like at least 7, 8 o'clock Eastern. Otherwise, I'm finding no games. Thankfully, I can find games with other people here in my own community for like Mario Kart and Smash, but if I want to try to do random stuff, it's just like I gotta do it sooner rather than later. Because no one's gonna be playing it near the end, I feel. But that's it. The only other thing I guess I'll be talking about is that I have the Mario Galaxy stuff still going on, as I've been saying. Wraps up next week, but I'll post the like stream highlight thing that we normally do. We do it like once a month, but we stream like twice in January, so there was no point. So I held back on it. Most of the highlights are from February, so it was a good call. So I'll have that coming up. I'll just let that go next week, honestly. Give me a little more time to prepare it. While at the same time, it makes sense, because just as a heads up for people who follow Luigi Galaxy, that ends on Wednesday next week. The final episode's going up there. No bonus. Don't really need one for that series, so that'll just be wrapped up. But I figured, make that usual like stream highlight thing on a Friday. It just makes sense. fills up that gap. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Everyone enjoy your fresh season. I know I will. Thank you guys for coming. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you here back next week for the Smash Wii U session that we were promising. So take care and have a good night.